And hello everyone, welcome to another Let's Play. This is Myrokos, and today we will be doing something a little bit different. I need to progress MSQ, of course, but I recently continuous, I've been testing things out with the trust system. As you may recall, I did not do the trust system. And I may do this on a different job, one I don't normally, okay, I need to set up the hotbars for that. Let's see, which one do I want to do? Basically, some of the jobs have had hotbar stuff from here. Let's do machinist. This hopefully will work. Oh, I need to repair my gear. This should work, but I need to repair my gear. No, actually, let's try Bard. Bard is pretty good. Oh no, wait, that's Dancer. I want Bard. I'm so used to clicking that one because we got 2 new jobs. Okay, yeah. Bard is selected. So what I'm thinking of doing is this. Let us test. First off, let me update the portrait. Yeah, of course, the 2 systems can't cooperate. Portrait, edit. Okay. So what I had been doing is I had tried clearing the Tower of Zot, since the XP is enough that you can get from level 80, the characters from level 81 to 82 relatively straightforwardly. I wanted to test out the system. Let's see,
Victory will be ours.
yeah, let's give this a shot. Actually, no, probably should go with Alizé, just to be safe, just in case Alphino dies. So what I had been doing, at the risk of repeating, though, I tried running the Tower of Zot. I was struggling with anything, with DPS. I was struggling with getting into the right positions, as well as occasionally dealing with things like rotations, etc. This most likely is a skill issue on my part. Something I just need to practice, and I will likely do that off stream, because there's no need to see me struggle. I certainly don't want to come off as grouchy. But I am a little wary because I had really been trying hard, and unfortunately with the trust system, like, you can only get like 2 vulnerability stacks before you get one-shotted, and then you have to reset, and that is not fun at all. Yeah, it just really is not fun. And the fact that with the Tower of Zot in particular, I need to have, like, Alphino is a terrible sage. Let's face it. If you run Tower of the Zot Trust or duty support with Alphino, you know that he is still learning Sage, so, like, yeah, okay, but there are certain basic things you should know, like applying Cardia to the tank. If you're the tank, you should have Cardia. So what I'm going to do to test things out is actually go take these characters here, because I want to level these, and just have Alizé there for a safety net, since I'm not a healer. and I can't keep people alive. I'm going to go with Holminster Switch. We're going to try to do this as a chill start. Give my feedback, as it were. I'd try it with Pictomancer because that needs more XP to grind to get to 90. It's 89 right now, but I'm a little nervous to take this into trust because there's a lot of standing still. I know Black Mage is kind of the same way, but with this one there's a lot of standing still. Like if you have to do the motif thing, you are standing still, and God help you if you get hit with an AoE while you're in the middle of a mechanic. So let's go with Bard. Yeah, so let's go with Bard. Prison jumpsuit glam, nice. Maybe change to, ooh, I need to repair that. Could go with this one. Nah, let's keep it like this. We're trying it out. It also makes it look iconic. Let me know if you like this particular glam thing. I do have a collar thing, just a basic, like, a basic collar, I think Boarskin choker, but I don't like that to go with the Viper glam for some reason. So let's go in enough stalling. Let's go into Trust, Holminster Switch as Bard, and let's see. This should be relatively okay, I hope. Because, like, I was trying Astrologian and it was borderline difficult for me to stay alive as a healer, and I was doing it, and Pictomancer was completely impossible. I think actually, no, I think I will do Pictomancer, not simply for the EXP, but it would give me a more honest comparison from my off-camera experience, off-recording streaming experience. So let's give this a try. So let's see how we do here. Huh. So far, so good. Because with the power of Zod, for comparison, I was having trouble getting getting past the first boss on Pictomancer, which is a problem. And I was struggling to clear the dungeon on Astrologian. Although, to be clear, my first time doing that, I didn't realize they had redone how much they had redone the boss or the card mechanics thing. So I actually was playing with a handicap, which I really did not need. If I really wanted a very easy dungeon, even with fewer buttons, I probably could have done what was it? Grand Company Squadrons? Okay.
Just the beginning.
I love that smudge. I love that dash. Not bad for a first boss. Cause yeah, the minutia for the level 81 dungeon are really nasty to deal with. Just in general, they were nasty to deal with when they were current and still are nasty now, in my opinion. Thank goodness I was able to get Destiny into 83. So initial impressions so far, pretty good at this level range. they teach you the Palm of the Ages before they do the combat one in terms of leveling, but I just like opening with the hammer. I just like that. Ugh. The thing is, especially with Power of Zot, there's a lot of movement mechanics that you have to deal with. So when you have to stand still like that and slowly build motifs, it can get very irritating. Oh, I just noticed that the color of that thing changed. Ah, that's a nice little... Uh-oh. There's that. As far away as I can from that one. You can tell I've done this one quite a number of times. I believe, if memory serves, this was my favorite dungeon to go into during, when doing trusts for Shadowbringers. Probably should save the shield thing. For that. Okay, so I can definitely do this one even here on a 71. On the level 71 dungeon. Not much XP from that, mind you, because I'm way too over leveled. Yeah, 741,000 EXP, and that's with the bonus earring. Yeah, not much to get from that. And in the meantime, for the trusts, for those characters, yeah, not a lot of progress. It would be very, very slow, but it's a solution to the problem, especially for grinding. If I'm grinding characters while doing DPS, that certainly is a solution. Based off of my comparison of Homeminster Switch to Tower of Zot as two first dungeons in MSQs for the respective things, I feel that as DPS, the sheer number of mechanics with the Menusa is a little too much for me personally to deal with as a DPS, and I was really struggling as a healer. When I was doing it as a healer, I can clear it as a healer. I just really don't like it. Yeah, so I think for this character, for progressing the trust systems, because I just got unlocked the first glamour appearance, which in this case is, okay. The default one is that. I have no problem with that. Yeah, why don't we do this one, and oh, I'm already on that one. Okay. So yeah, as you can see, once you unlock certain glamours, you can do different appearances as you wish. I think going forward, I will definitely be trying the Homeminster switch option. Once I get all of them up to 83, I have to get Thancred there as well. Thancred's actually... Thancred, I probably should have done Thancred as the tank one, but... yeah, probably should have done that. Yeah, I should have done Thancred that way, then I had him at 83, although Alphino still has a bit to go. Yeah, it's possible that I just, by not doing the trusts and not getting used to the mechanics, I definitely handicapped myself thinking about that. If I had done it more, maybe I would be a little more proficient with the mechanics and the rotations. But at this standpoint, given my hand-eye coordination and my slow response to mechanics, which I know I have, I think for level grinding the trusts, I will be doing Homeminster. Although, actually, I can probably do it a little bit faster if I do say Matoya's Relict. Or even Pagalthon. I haven't done Pagalthon. I like Matoya's Relict. In general. Yeah, I may in the future I may do Matoya's Relic, but I wanted to do that one as a good first dungeon to first dungeon comparison. Yeah, and then I have to grind these, and then I got Estinian to 83. So once I'm ready to go into the Tower of Babel, for some reason I find in my experience, even in a Duty Finder, Tower of Babel's easier than Tower of Zot. I don't know why that is. For some reason I find Babel's easier to deal with. Like every time I run it, even in Duty Finder, it's just logistically easier. But yeah. And if I want maximum EXP, I could grind Pagalthon.
Victory will be ours.
Yeah. So that is my stance on what I might do with regards to the trust system. It's not bad, I just really don't like the Tower of Zot. And since I'm progging Viper for this expansion for MSQ. I'm a little nervous. I know I said last part that I wanted to do, I was interested in it, and I was, and still kind of am, but I think I want a security thing. I want to see the mechanics first and try to get a sense of them before I do it. And I know that in general with duty support trust system, you follow the NPCs and you're good, but sometimes the NPCs don't go everywhere. So I remember vividly at one point, I don't think I did it on stream, but I did it off stream. I don't know, what was the dungeon? Let me pull up the trust system. Court of Troya. Oh my god, doing that with Estinian and getting Tank Buster, and then all of the NPCs, yeah. All of the NPCs stood on Estinian and they all insta died because that was a Tank Buster, not a stack. And that was not fun. I remember having to clear that when I first tried that. After first trying that in duty support, having to go back and clear that in duty finder because the AI was not handling things well. So having done that, and given my thoughts on what I'm gonna do, actually, you know what? I'm just gonna queue up. I want to make sure my portrait looks good. Yes, it does. I'm not certain about that. I know I'm smiling, but do it. No. No. None. Let's leave that at none. Okay, there we go. No, wrong way. See, I don't recall if I did the small talk with the NPCs. I think I did, but although I will miss out on Cryo, but having done picked a answer, I've kind of decided the river route was too risky, but I wonder how the other claimants are planning to travel. Well, that's, we'll take the smaller boat, to board the big vessel. Ah! Dang it. Okay, fine. The game didn't want me, talking to the NPCs. Fine. It looks good. Okay. There he is, the cool Jaja. crippling boat was a cowardly move. That it was. Whoa! What was happening there? I think my screen was glitching. Okay, that particular rotation of AoEs and stuff looks somewhat straightforward. At least I could see the pattern that time. Or rather, I could see the pattern and I can dodge it more accurately. Ooh, interesting animation. Hopefully it gets some gear out of this. Granted, I'm wearing tombstone gear, but which is good for like 3 levels. Oop. I guess Thancred just cut us off. Oops. Messed up that rotation. Interesting how these mini Mimi clock can mimic the appearances of us. Huh. That's an interesting concept. No. Oh my. Oh, so that's what makes the... Oh wait, does that mean that the slime ball thing in Copperbell Mines was actually... Oh, no, no, not there. Okay, here. Okay. Oh wait, these are the lizard things that Justinian fought in the trailer. Okay. Yeah, that was a cool little reference. Oh. Yeah, my screen is fixing. Hopefully it's not impacting stream quality. Yikes. Okay, I'll have to get the gear and pick out the loot later. Didn't I see this sort of thing in Outpost? I could have sworn I saw this in Outpost. Oh, swarm locusts. Ah, dang it. Ah. Oh, that hat. If I did this in duty support, that would have been a wipe. Let's see, I think. Okay. Oh man, if I had done this on Black Mage, I would have died from that. When in doubt, stick with the healer. Not. Oh boy. My machinist is down. Oh, no, 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 no. Ah! Oh, no. Ah! Oh, dear. Oh, I'm dead. I'm dead. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Lethal Power, how's it going? Yeah. Full commends to the healer. Oh my goodness. Given the trouble I've been having with trusts and duty support of late, in terms of Endwalker stuff, it's like, I do not want to know what that would have been like.
This is as far as we can go on foot, it seems. We'll have to head back and see about fixing the boat.
And the boat is fixed.
Hey! Everyone all right?
Pretty. Damn, that's a good waterfall view. I was worried we might not catch up to you. Those caverns you traversed were dug by the Yokri in their search for gold. Remnants of their excavations can be found throughout this region. While I appreciate the lesson, oh wise guide, are we landing this boat anytime soon? Oh dear, she's still got seasickness. Our river journey is almost over. For proof of that, you need only look ahead. Ooh, yeah. She's not looking. Falls were impressive enough from a distance, but it's almost too much in person or whatever. Yes, amazing. No, please let me off. Given the fact that that text was just auto-run instead of being able to pause it, that I feel like that should have been a voiced scene, but they didn't have the budget for the voice actors to do it. No, no more boats. Are you... Oh, you're not alright. I should be surprised if she was. Even without the nausea, we are all spent. There is a mountain shelter nearby, a resting spot for those who've ascended the stairs. I suggest we make use of it. Okay? That would be a welcome respite. Have you the strength for a short walk, Clement? We can rest along the way, too. Damn it all. A promise is meant to lead from the front, not mule and moan like a sick kitten. Well, we can't all be good and upfront all the time. Clement? Ignore me. It's the nausea talking. I'm fine, really. Lead on. I'll follow. Very well, but if I might say one thing. Just because you're a promise or a claimant for the throne doesn't mean you can't be seen to struggle. You needn't bear this burden alone, so please don't hesitate to talk to us. We're always willing to lend an ear. But Kryl, Yeah, a leader leads others. They don't take... They don't do everything for everyone else by themselves alone. Everyone's allowed to be weak. Sometimes learning leaning on others is a skill all leaders require. Both of these are good statements for this cutscene, but he really needs it cheering up. Let's go with the first one. You as well, Myrokos? Yep. I've always believed this is my problem alone, but perhaps you have the right of it. Alright, I'll talk about things. Just give me a moment to collect my thoughts. That's fine? Of course, as long as you need. We'll be waiting at the shelter when you're ready. I've long felt that I could never tell anyone when I was confused or hurting, that admitting to weakness would bring shame to Papa's name. But if you say you're willing to listen, then there are things I'd like to talk about. Come on, let's catch up to the others. I'm gonna try going this way. There's an ether current over here. At least according to the compass. Oh my god, I'm almost 93? I swear since the last time I streamed, I have not touched this job. And there it is. Oh, if only I could get up there. That would be an excellent spot in this weather. You know what? This is the G-post time. Let's see, people, idle. Couple good G-pose. Screenshot. Northwest, so somewhere over here. 1115. Yeah, there's definitely something over there. An ether current. Oh no, there's a fate here. I want to navigate around that. I'm nearly 93 right now. And I haven't even... And I only just got to this part of the zone. Okay, this place is called Many Fires for the constant stream of peddlers and travelers who make camp here after climbing the stairs. Now that I've decided to share, I feel so nervous. That's normal. This seems a cozy spot for Wuklamot to let her guard down. I know it can't be easy for her. This side of the region is so different from where the Hanu live, the striking colors of the vegetation alone. Yep. We should stop here for the night. I understand the desire to rush ahead, but we will need to recuperate from our punishing river adventure. Then let's settle in. We'll need a cook fire, and there's meal preparation to be done.
I've been meaning to ask, but how does one become the adopted child of the Dawn Servant?
I was but a ball of fuzz at the time, so I don't remember much. My earliest memories are of life in the palace. All I know is that I was born in Ikbrash, a village in Yaktel. But I've never bothered to return there. As far as I'm concerned, Ulul Jaja is my only parent.
I quite understand. I have no memories of my birth parents either. For a while, I wanted to learn who they were. But over time, that curiosity waned. Galuf was my dear grandfather, and he was all I needed.
So our situations were quite similar. Even though Papa already had a trueborn son, he raised me and Kona with no less love. One time, I'd wandered off alone into the forest and gotten lost. Before I became a meal for some beast, Papa dropped everything and came to my rescue. I was scared and sobbing and ready for a scolding. But the head of resolve praised me for surviving the ordeal. I did get my lecture from the head of reason, though. He went on and on about the dangers of the jungle and all the horrible ways I could have died. Growing up, Papa was kind and patient, but a tyrant when it came to training. Now, of course, I realize he was preparing me for my duties as a promise. For all the good it did. There's so much I failed to learn about my own country. Whether it's alpacas or Ihihana, I hardly know anything. I've lived such a sheltered life, yet convinced myself I understood Tural and its people. I don't have Kona's education, or Zoralja's strength. I'm all bluff and bravado, not fit to bear my title.
You can't measure your worth by the success of others. Why do you want the throne? Ooh. This is the good pep talk thing, but I'm kind of curious as to what her motivation is.
Why? Because my father built a nation where everyone can live in peace. And I want to keep it that way. I think I see what you're saying. My reasons for joining the contest have nothing to do with my brothers. It's always been about the Turali and what I can do for them.
You said it yourself. How important it is to properly know something. To hear the voices of others, empathize with how they feel, and think how best to serve. In so doing, you'll come ever closer to being the person you wish to be.
I'm sorry, everyone. I've been a fool. From this moment on, I'll stop trying to be the promise I'm not. I won't feign strength to hide my weaknesses. Step by step, I'll learn all there is to know and love about Tulihyolal and my fellow Turali. It might not be the smoothest path, but it'll be a path of my own making. I will find the City of Gold for all of us, along with the answers you seek about your grandfather, Kryl. I swear.
I appreciate it, Wuklamart. But you needn't take on that burden as well. Galuf Baldessian dedicated his life to protecting people from all manner of threats. As his granddaughter, I wouldn't wish to endanger others for the sake of a personal investigation. So let's just concentrate on winning the contest. We have a shared goal, and, if at all possible, I'd rather we enjoy the journey.
Hear, hear. We are companions on the same road, bound for the same destination. With our combined talents, nothing will stop us from reaching the Golden City.
Thank you. Thank you all. I am proud to call you my friends.
Meanwhile, in the second Promises camp, Okona's here too?
Thank you. Thank you all. I am proud to call you my friends.
They seem to be enjoying themselves. Are you sure you don't want to go and say a word to your sister?
Nay, there is no need for that. But what of you two? Wuklamat's allies are your comrades. It must feel strange to be rivals.
Helping you has made us rivals, aye. But we're not about to break into fisticuffs over it. Unless, of course, it is a matter of winning or losing the contest. Then I'll have no qualms about putting Alizé on her rear.
Despite our long history, never have I been given the chance to test myself against our companions. The thought stirreth within me a most unexpected sense of competition.
Lamachi has surrounded herself with distinguished figures indeed. One of the Studium's finest graduates, the head of the students of Bardessian. And then, there's Eorzea's vaunted champion. If he's half the hero you say, then the odds are stacked against us. Not that I've any intention of bowing out. Our time in Urkelpacha only served to strengthen my resolve. We saw how a single storm cut off the alpaca roots and threw my people's lives into disarray. Such uncertainties are why I advocate for the adoption of Sharlayan innovations, that Tuli Yolal might know greater stability and prosperity. Our nation can change for the better, and I will be the man to change it.
Well, it's a start. I imagine your experiences on this journey, all the things you'll hear and feel and think, will help you refine that approach. But to return to the subject of the rite, I'm a touch concerned by the condition for victory. The claimant who breaks the seal becomes Dawn Servant, not the one who performed the 7 feats first.
The would-be victor need only possess the 7 keystones.
That is correct. As the contest wears on, we must brace ourselves for greater conflict.
Meanwhile, with the first promise,
your rivals still lag behind. The second and third promise may have recruited competent lackeys, but none compared to you. How can they hope to compete with the resilient son? The only child ever sired by a two-head. Only the ignorant or foolish could fail to see that you were born to be Dawn's servant.
Such titles mean nothing.
I neglected to mention, when I first heard the rumors that the contest involved the Golden City, I spoke in confidence with Gulul Jaja's inner circle. They all agreed on one thing. Whoever reaches the City of Gold will attain a power so great, it can dictate the course of history. If this power truly exists, then I humbly beg a fair share of it. Time is passing, and I would put my plans in motion without delay. The useless tool is cast aside after all. And just so there is no misunderstanding, you consent to this course, no matter who is made to suffer.
In battle, everyone bleeds. The Dawn's promise is no exception. What better lesson to teach our people the folly of war?
I was hoping for a good scrap, but this bloated sack of bile was no challenge at all. I wonder if the house cat is dead yet. Be ashamed to lose a plaything, but we'd still have 2 more.
If I may ask, Chosen One, what are your plans for Tuli Yolal after you take the throne?
Plans? What makes you think we care about all that? We care only about the contest and proving our superiority. That would surely please Mother and Father. Yes, and when we become Dawn's servant, we'll drive out the weakling masses and invite our kin to live in the city. Fine idea! Our family deserves better than that rotten jungle. Back to it then. We must catch up to that one-headed pretender and remind him of the natural order.
I made it.
I thought we were missing someone. Where have you been?
Oh, I feared I was done for when I fell from the boat. Yet somehow I made it. Oh, my arms, I can barely lift them. If I could just rest a moment.
You expect us to wait for you? Those who can't keep up will be left behind. My brother has spoken. March, or be fodder for the beasts.
But I followed the teachings. Everything I've done, everything I've sacrificed, all has been for the blessed seedlings. Wait. Don't leave me behind! I'm begging you!
It sounds to me, based off of that, well, Bakul Jaja clearly has another layer of motivation that he's not sharing. You know, he wants better conditions for his people. That's admirable, but he clearly hasn't done any thought. Yeah, Aaronville was right. All that matters to him is winning the contest. As for the first promise, he's just on the warpath. It's as if he hasn't bothered to learn anything. And yet, seeing him sitting there, ostensibly stoically, I feel like he's carrying a burden. You know, as if being the blessed sun, as it's called, or not blessed sun, the resplendent sun, as if being the resplendent sun is more of a burden than anything else. It's good to see. Wilclamot has more sure of herself. Okay, see that she's more sure of herself. Okay, I'm glad that we could take a moment to talk things through. Wilclamot seems much happier for it. It doesn't matter if Wilclamot's scared of alpacas or gets sick on boats. It doesn't change who she is, and she's meant to, and what she means to her people. Yeah. I have some small experience with the pressures of leadership. Oh, don't remind me about the bloody Crystal Braves. Please, Alphino, that yes, you were a leader and you were a terrible one, and crumbling beneath its weight, as you well know. But you didn't crumble beneath its weight. You propped up a house of sticks and then let the wind blow it down and threw a tantrum. That is not crumbling beneath its weight. Oh my goodness, the Crystal Braves. A monument to his own ego. If anything good can be said to have come of my failures, I hope it is my capacity to help others avoid similar mistakes. Admirable, but you're still missing the point. I wonder if was this a typo or a retcon? Because he didn't crumble beneath anything. He was an arrogant brat, spoiled brat who thought he could order everyone else in the world around and somehow that would do everything for him. I mean, never forget, he introduced me to my own guild master, as I'm a goldsmith of the Goldsmiths Guild, as his personal manservant. I still remember that, Alphino. Yeah. Okay. Being able to say those things has brought me such relief. It's like a stone has been lifted off my chest, and I can take a full breath at last. I don't want to encumber myself like that again. I want to be better, will be better for myself and for my people. You may now enter the dungeon in trust. Listen, I'm not going to be doing trust version just yet. Maybe I could try duty support later, but not trust. I'm ready to move on. Good. Erenville is concerned about dangers on the road. The Moblin settlement of Earthenshire is not far from here, but be warned, the road we'll be taking is a favorite hunting ground for bandits. With the stairs currently impassable, there will be fewer travelers, meaning the brigands will be desperate for victims to ambush. Although considering present company, I suppose my concern is unwarranted. Bandits on the road? What have Zeraldra and the Landsguard been doing? Seems it's up to me to restore order to the area. And off she goes again. For now, we'll head west and aim for the bank of the second river. She's gonna do something stupid. And if they want to go after people, they're probably... probably gonna try kidnapping. Ooh, well. Okay, that can take me to Arcano. Oh, I see. This is the river which feeds the waterfalls above Alcanu. Again and again, I am struck by the majesty of the falls. It is difficult to comprehend the sheer volume of water this natural wonder produces. I felt eyes on us several times as we made our way here, though they soon seemed to lose interest. The bandit's lair is said to be somewhere near here, but I'd prefer we avoid seeking out trouble. Well, where are these bandits? Apparently they're not foolish enough to attack a party of this size. Earthenshire is just a little further ahead, on the opposite bank of Myrokos. Okay, I hope I pronounced that right. Myrokos. But let's remain vigilant all the same. And there's the ether current. South. I'm getting sidetracked by the ether currents. There it is. Okay, probably somewhere over here. So if we get back to the path. The vegetation is very beautiful, to be sure. I'm still a little annoyed that I only found 4 ether currents in that lower half of Urkapacha. Because I found 5 here in Kozama-Uka, but maybe it's just that the rest of them are in the second half of the zone. Not another claimant in sight. Does that mean we're ahead or behind? We're technically behind the first promise. Based off of that last cutscene. Even as the Hanu culture is distinct from Vanu, Moblin society has developed quite differently than that of their goblin cousins. So this is Earthenshire. Cryle. Yeah. Goodness me, it's like the entire village is made of pottery. Yeah. This is it, the village where the Lay of Pots from the Tuliyola saga took place. Earthenshire, Edelshire. Might the similarity be a cultural inclination, I wonder? The settlements themselves couldn't be more different, though. This shire appears custom built to resemble Pots, while the other is a repurposed town. Welcome to Earthenshire. Do I have the pleasure of happy greeting the third promise and her retinue? That's us. We're looking for the Dawn Servant's Elector. If you happen to know who that is. You are exchanging tongue flaps with her right now. Ready Rock is the Elector you seek. Oh, that's helpful. We can get straight to performing the feat. As much as Ready Rock would like to do just that, we have a much more pressing worry. The storm which hit our village shattered the cliffs and dropped rocks on our brain cases. Many help hands for the Potsworn were injured. This is no time for feats or metal tests. I'm sorry to hear that. After learning what the storm did to the stairs, I feared you'd been caught in its path. Not to change the subject, but what are the Potsworn? Goldsmiths contracted to work for the Moblins. The word comes from the pot-like workshops where they practice their craft. The Moblins provide these Potsworn with tools, materials, living quarters, everything the artisans could possibly need. This allows them to concentrate on producing what is widely known as the finest gold and metalwork in Toral. This is unacceptable. I was promised no distractions. If this is the best they can offer, I should never have left Wachu Meki. You see, the Potsworn desert us. Without enough healthy help hands, we are failing to uphold our side of the pot pact. Should all our Potsworn leave, Earthenshire will grind to a halt. Hello, Autumn. We have to do something and do it soon. Then let us stand in for the injured helpers. It would give me a chance to learn more about your people and your village, and if it brings us closer to beginning the feat, then all the better. This isn't strictly part of the contest, so don't feel obliged to join in. Take a rest while you can. Of course I'll help. I could use a nap. Yeah, I could use a nap. What Myrokos means is to say we'll all help. I doubt any of us could just sit around and watch. Actually, I really could have used a nap. I was hoping you'd feel that way. I actually wasn't sure I could do this on my own. We'll take every help hand we can get. Ready Rock Truth swears that once the Potsworn have their perfect workshops again, we will commence the feat with all haste. You and the third promise can assist help hand Rakora. Yeah. The other four follow, you other four follow Ready Rock. There are other help hands in need of hand lending. I really appreciate you pitching in. I meant what I said at many fires. There will be no more feigning strength, no more playing at being an invincible promise. If there's one thing I've learned on this journey, it's how practiced you are at aiding those in need. True. And I mean to make the most of having such an incredible mentor at my side. Now let's find this Rakarok fellow and see what we can do for him. And I also need to attune and get the alpaca keep. Don't misplace them again. Well, I don't know how I could misplace an aetheryte. It's right here. I think I found our help hand. First we'll solve this problem for the moblins, then we'll see about completing their feat. Rakarok can't meet his obligations without more help hands. The pot pact is broken and the pots are emptying. We're here to help, at least for a little bit. You've come to aid Rakarok. Rakarok accepts your hand lending with joyous feel smiles. If we can offer the Potsworn their promised good living, we might save the day yet. Whatever you need. Well, not necessarily whatever, but we'll do what we can. First, we'll solve this problem for the Moblins, then we'll see about completing their feat, yeah. Lending a help hand, Rakarok needs help learning about the Potsworn Kahe. What Rakarok needs is for new help hands to create good living for Potsworn Kahe. The help hand assigned to Kahe was hurt during the rock rain, so Rakarok took over, but he knows nothing of Kahe. What does Kahe want? What does Kahe need? Help hands do not bother the Potsworn with straight asks. Our job is to observe and anticipate, to prepare things with guess think. Please guess think with Rakarok and find out what Kahe is lacking so we can provide it. You can count on us. Kahe is only one of many Potsworn in need of caretaking. We work through the night with no sleep and no rest, but there are too few of us to go around. You don't sleep and you don't rest? Wow. This is where Kahe works, is it? Let's take a peek inside then. Had to suppress a bit of a yawn there. That must be Kahe. It'd be a lot quicker if we could just talk to him, but that's not the way they do things here, apparently. We'll have to leave him be and try our hand at some guess thing. Inspect the workshop. You may move the camera around. Blah, blah, blah. We've seen this before. Well, he has no shortage of crafting materials. There must be something else he's missing. He must be boiling sitting so close to the furnace. And there's no airflow to speak of. How could anyone work in that stifling heat? He's barely touched his meal. That dish is meant to be eaten hot, or it loses its savor. Those tools are looking pretty worn down. Maybe it's time for some new ones. All right, after taking a good look, I think I have an idea of what things Kai might want to improve his working conditions. Let's head back outside to talk to Rakarok. Come on, let's show what we learned with Rakarok. Okay. You made your observations. What did you guess think? First off, I noticed Kahe hasn't touched his food, and an empty belly can't be good for his concentration. Maybe the cooking isn't to his liking? But our food is very mouth-pleasing. Why wouldn't he want to eat it? Ah, but Rakarok is sure of nothing when it comes to Kahe's tastes. I can help you with that. My brother Kona, he's a Hitsaru. And while everyone has their personal preferences, there are some they tend to share. Like an aversion to piping hot dishes. If it was brought to him like that, Kahe probably wouldn't have been able to eat it until it cooled down. And by the time he came back to it, he might have found it cold and unappetizing. The simplest solution is to serve dishes that taste good no matter the temperature. Rakarok never would have thought of that. Would the third promise mind explaining these things to our cook? Not at all, but I don't think that was the only reason Kai couldn't concentrate. It's the Hitsaru homeland is hot and dry, but even Kai seemed to be suffering in front of that furnace. Is there any way you could cool down the workshop? Oh, we could try a drafty shard. They make a lovely breeze. Do you know where we could get one of those? You can gather them from the shoals of no return. There are many old boats there abandoned by those who gave up on the search for the Golden City. So we salvage them from the wrecks. Could you handle that for us, Myrokos? Sure. Fudge quest, pretty straightforward. Oh, and one more thing. From what I could tell, Kahe's files and saws and things were very worn down. Maybe a new set of tools is in order. Ah, Rakarok was too preoccupied with stocking materials. A serious oversight for which he will rectify. Supplying good tools for good living is a help-hand's responsibility. Then we all have work to do. We can meet back here when our tasks are done. The shoals of no return are past the crags. Through a tunnel southeast of here, you should be able to spot the passage from just outside the village. Wrong way. You're Myrokos, aren't you? What brings you out here? Ah, the issue with caring for the pot swan. When they approached me with that same problem, I suggested they commission artisans in Charlene instead. The quality of craftsmanship would be guaranteed after all. However, the Moblins did not care for the idea. Surely it would be more effective to engage a uniformly trained collective. I cannot understand their fixation on individual contracts. Perhaps the custom will make more sense once we begin the feat of thought. Until then, we've been deemed unfit to assist in the matter of help hands, and are instead tasked with tending the injured. We were on our way back from procuring herbs for Urianger, in fact. Oh, Urianger's here as well, yeah. That makes sense since they were also at many fires. Settlements in Kozamauka too have been isolated by the storm's destruction. What would have become of the wounded had we not found a way here? Should I become Dawn Servant? One of my first acts will be to establish reliable trade routes to the capital when I imagine how much good we can achieve with Sharian technology. Sharian technology can't solve every problem, though. It'll solve many problems, but it won't solve every problem. My apologies, I have much to consider. If you will excuse us. We'll meet again soon, I'm sure. Take care, Myrokos. Yep. You spot the tunnel opening, head through the passage to the shoals of no return, and recover the drafty shard. Now there it is. Fiery orange crystal. The drafty shard means that we need air ventilation, so we need a wind aspected one. But for completion's sake, let's click on all of them. This is a fire crystal. It won't work, but we'll see what the text says. This crystalline shard is faintly warm to the touch. It does not appear to be wind crystals you seek. No, that's because it's a fire crystal. This crystalline shard feels damp in your hand. It does not appear to be the wind crystal you seek, because that's a water crystal. We need a... Yep, there it is. Bright green crystal. This crystalline shard emanates a soothing whisper of wind. It seems you found the crystal Rakarok sent you to salvage. It sounds based off of the fact that Kona was rejected as a help hand, that he's not thinking about this from the perspective of the respective cultures. Is that a cool breeze Rock feels? Yep. The brisk breeze emanating from this wind crystal can be used to fill sails or cool, stuffy workshops. Nice. Yes, thank you for seek finding a drafty shard. Ragnarok will add it to the new set of tools he brought. And I come bearing good food tidings. The cook has prepared a feast fit for the most discerning Hitsaro, and it's on its way even as we speak. The graphic under the right lighting conditions, the graphical update just makes everything look so much smoother. Let's go in and see what Kahe thinks of our efforts. I was wondering what occasion called for me to receive so many visitors. A fine meal, new tools, and a welcome source of cool air. Now I remember why I signed a pot pact. I am grateful for your kind considerations. Allow me a moment or two, and I'll reciprocate with a piece worthy of a pot swan. An oil lamp to brighten the halls of Volokshunsa. Craftsmanship satisfies Earthenshire's reputation for quality, I trust. Such luster, such brilliance. Truly a gift for the Dawn Servant. I'm glad you like it. Considering the time I've wasted till now, I have to continue crafting at this improved pace. I have a contract to fulfill, after all. Forgive my interruption. Lamachi, I am told the Elector has deemed the crisis past and is prepared to task us with the feat. That's great news. Thank you for letting me know. So this is the craft of a pot sworn. It is indeed a masterful piece. Thank you for your words of praise. Second promise. I drew inspiration from Kozama Uka's natural beauty and sought to capture it in my work. I wondered why the Moblins did not simply build a workshop in the city, and now I have my answer. Even Charlene goldsmiths could not easily replicate such exquisite artistry. One cannot create things if one lacks creative impetus. Tuliolo fortunately does not want for inspiration. Anyone wishing to learn the basics of a craft could do well to study it there. I was raised among Hitsaro more traditional than most, and the shared ingenuity of Tyrell's various peoples was eye-opening. You lived as a traditional Hitsaro. I have few fond memories of nomadic life. No. I tried serving the dish we prepared for, I tried a serving of the dish we prepared for Kahe. It was good. I had a second helping. I'm surprised they let you have that. Would that I could forget that time. Now my workspace is just the way I like it. I have inspiration oozing from every pore. Think that lantern was nice? Just wait till you see my next masterpiece. Ragnarok is very grateful to you. I thank you both for your hard work and clever guest think. When it comes to help handing, knowing the Potsworn really is important. Well, that's true for pretty much everyone you meet. It's a lesson I've had drummed into me several times already on this journey. Rock will see that Potsworn Kai's lustrous oil lamp is delivered to the palace at once. Okay? The feat of pots. Kona has details to share concerning the forthcoming feat of pots. The elector bids the claimants assemble in the large building on the west side of the village and will head over after finding Thancred and Urianger. I also ran into the Levier twins on their way here. I took the liberty of directing them to the venue. We're rivals. It's not his job to make sure I know the feat is starting, but even now he's conscientious to a fault. Anyway, let's not keep Ready Rock waiting. I thought everyone would be here by now. Yeah, me too. Ready Rock thanks you for assisting Help Hand Rock. She will announce the feat once the other claimants arrive, so please be patient a while longer. I'm happy to report that we were able to convince one of the Potsworn to stay. How did you fare? We helped Potsworn get his workplace in order, yeah. So you managed to do the same. Splendid. Welcome to Earthenshire, First Promise. We support your plans for salt crossings and the new Potsworn they will bring. Hail the mighty Zeraldra. He cleared many piles of rockfall as if they were pebble stones, the resilient son for Dawn Servant. Zeraldra was clearing fallen rocks. I'm surprised he would volunteer his time for anything unrelated to the contest. Well, we meet again. Oh, it's Bakul Jaja. Just in time for the feat to begin. I'll bet he was already here, laying low, while the rest of us did all the work. Claimants, your attention please. As Ready Rock has explained, many of our Potsworn left us following the storm. The precious metalwork crafted by those artisans bring in much jingle shine from across the salt. Should our stream of trade goods dry up, Earthenshire will suffer. To the Yolol's merchants will suffer. So Ready Rock sets you this feat. Each of you are to find one clever hand goldsmith to bring back here to us. So we're to recruit a new potsworn. That makes sense for the feat of pots. Calling this a feat does not justify taking advantage of the claimants and their influence. How does finding workers for you demonstrate their worthiness for the throne? You are free to refuse Ready Rock's request. She will be happy to inform the Dawn Servant of Zoralja's disqualification. The right is a means to an end. The steps we take to get there are not important. Then Ready Rock declares the feat of pots begun. But remember, a pot pact must be agreed to willingly. No grab snatching or deceitful tongue flaps. The Elector said nothing of taking a willing artisan from a rival. Now you're mincing words. Which is exactly what we should do. No, Bakul Jaja, you need to do it as requested. A fine suggestion, brother. I'm glad you think so, brother. Come, let us lay our plan. He does know we all just heard him. Like, that right there should have been grounds for disqualification. That nasty brute is up to something. Yeah, he's gonna steal someone else's potsworn applicant. Aye, he may seek to delay us again, as he did on the river, but we can but remain vigilant while we plot our course. What do you think, Wuklamat? Sorry, I was yawning and needing to stretch. Have you any candidates in mind to satisfy this feat? I know some artisans among my supporters, but they're all in their twilight years. I couldn't ask them to give up the comforts of Tuliyolal to live in this remote village, no matter how beautiful the scenery. Meanwhile, Kona probably has 100 young craftspeople to choose from. Not that I'm comparing us, not that I'm comparing us, you understand? That's just a statement of fact. I think we understood that. I suppose we could try asking around Wachu Meki. That seems the logical place to start. To Tuliyolal it is. Wait, does that mean we have to take the boat again? No, I can't do it. I can't stomach another boat ride. You said I should share my burdens, so I will speak plainly. The truth is, I get really, really sick on boats. Yeah, we've known that from the very beginning. Not since we first met in 6.55, but we knew. Wuklamat, this is hardly news. But it was brave of you to admit it. In any case, we won't be fighting The current this time heading downriver will be much smoother. It will? Are you sure? I think this is supposed to be endearing or comical. This just feels silly. Not very funny, at least to my perception. I'm positive. Mostly. What obstacle will the cool judge throw at us next? Or will he try something more direct? Did we mention the Potsworn in our care required a constant stream of encouragement in order to craft? The four of us must have chanted the same cheer dozens, if not hundreds of times. Aaronville was scolded more than once for not cheering loudly enough. Oh my. Wilcomot suffers such terrible bouts of seasickness. I wish I had a spell or a potion that could ease her nausea. Well, is there one? Let's see, I'm an alchemist. I don't think this one's specifically for seasickness, but if there's a motion, something to stop you getting knocked off. Ah, clear glass lines. I don't, if there is an item that could be made from alchemy that could theoretically cope with seasickness, let me know in the comments. I've procured many unusual items for clients, but meeting the personalized needs of a Potsworn is not an experience I'd care to repeat. I need a moment. Upriver, downriver, Ihuik, Kaktamu is too rough for me. The nausea is a bit more bearable now that I've stopped trying to hide it, but I'd still rather not set foot on a boat if I can help it. Alright, I think I'm ready. Let's see if Master Ripley can help us recruit a Potsworn. Ultra Mickey Mickey is a gathering spot for skilled artisans of all kinds. If we were to find a Potsworn candidate, I can think of no better place to begin our search. So this is the Watcher Mickey Mickey that Wukamat was talking about. I had yet to make it this far in my wanderings. Aaronville brought us here on our first tour of the city, but time did not permit a close look. I should like to observe these masters at work. Surely at least one person will answer Wokomat's call for Potswan. Maybe Master Ripley can help us. Ooh, the fresh harbor air is just what I needed. Greetings, Third Promise. What brings you back to watching Meki Meki? You've not chipped your axe again, have you? No, Master Ripley. Actually, I have a favor to ask. So, what do you think? Do you know of any craftsmen who might be interested? Filtering my artisans for the Moblins, eh? Well, seeing as it's the Third Promise making the request, I'm willing to look the other way if one of them decides to take you up on the offer. Only I can't think of a suitable candidate off the top of my head. Who do I know with a mastery of goldsmithing that would also have no qualms about relocating to Earthenshire? That Eorzean goldsmith, what about him? What of the Elsaman who just started working here? You mean Franchentine? He did say that he was employed at some fancy jewelry store across the salt. And considering the distance he's already come, I'd like to think he wouldn't mind moving a little up the river. That said, he's only just got himself a new job. Is it too soon to ask him to sign a pot pact? There's no harm in making the offer. Once he hears how well the Potswan are treated, he may even jump at the chance. Either way, you won't find Franchentine at his workbench at this hour. He's finished for the day, probably enjoying a meal over at Zabayevche. Then maybe we should go and talk to him, just you and me, since he knows us. Wouldn't want him to feel intimidated by having to deal with a crowd of new faces. The two of us can handle this. Take a rest at the cabins if you like. Right, let's go and see a man about a pot. When Franchentine first arrived, the ways of our city were so new and confusing for him. It's funny how quickly people get used to things, though. Yeah, usually if you're new to a city, once you know where things are, you don't need to know where everything is, but once you know where things are and you have a sense of where to go and who to talk to, yeah, it's remarkably easy to be able to settle in. You know what? I'll go to Sage. Small detour. Let's unlock the hunt board. I'm not normally one to do hunts, but it's good to have the option. Okay. I'm still not sure about this. Oh, Myrokos, you're here too. The third promise said she wanted to chat. I've just finished eating, so shall we find a quiet spot outside? Last time we talked on this beach, you were in a miserable state. Ahaha, yes, I was, wasn't I? A lost soul, until the two of you came along and helped me rediscover my purpose. My new place for employment has been most welcoming, and for the first time in a long time, I feel content with my lot in life. That's wonderful. So what is it you wished to discuss? Well, it's hard to ask this right after you settled in, but I'm looking for someone to become a pot sworn. Ah, I've heard my new colleagues mention the term. That's when an artisan signs a contract to work for the moblins, isn't it? But you're not a moblin. I'm not sure I understand. It's for a feat in the rite of succession. I need to bring a new potsworn to Earthenshire. So that's the way of it. We've barely met, and after pushing you to work at Meki, I'm now demanding that you throw that away and sign a pot pact instead. It's a selfish request, I know. I have something to tell you, Third Promise. The other day, I completed the necessary procedures for immigration. I am pleased to say that I am now an official subject of Tuliyollal. I've since endeavored to learn what I can of my new nation, beginning with the right of succession and its claimants, including you, of course. Now you will recall it was my father's example which led me to pursue goldsmithing. He was at East End when Garlean forces laid siege to the settlement, and in the ensuing chaos he was slain. War took him from me in an instant. The man I loved and admired, I never wish to suffer such a loss again. And so, as much as I am indebted to you for turning my life around, it is as a fellow peace-loving to the Yolan that I want you to win the throne. If I can help you achieve that by signing a pot pact, then I shall gladly do so. Fungentine, thank you. I shall return to Master Ripley and inform him of my decision. Allow me, I'm the reason you're leaving, so I should be the one to deliver the news. Perhaps you remember me, Brokevu, owner of Zabayevche. I'd like a word if you don't mind. You're Wuklamat's ally from across the salt, right? And a hero of some renown too, if the gossip's to be believed. Well, as it so happens, I could use some heroic help. It doesn't need to be right now, but could you come by when you have a spare moment? Sure. Much appreciated. I'll be waiting for you at my shop then. You can now access role quests by speak with Bokevu as the Ball of Che and pursue new adventures as you progress through the Rite of Succession. Are these... No. Huh. I'm kind of tempted. Though I don't want to... Ooh, what to do. Well, I could do Black Mage. Uncouth customers. Bokevu has an urgent job for a courageous soul. Myrokos, I was wondering when you'd be along. Not a moment too soon either. I've got an urgent job that needs doing and there's no one else I'd entrust it with. Of course you'll be wanting to know the details. It's a long story, so why don't you grab a seat over there? I'll join you shortly. Now that we're all settled, allow me to introduce myself properly. I'm Bokevu, proprietor of Zabali of Che. As you know, my establishment is open to anyone, people hailing from across Tyrol and sometimes further, come here to whet their appetite and slake their thirst. Given how we turn no one away, it is inevitable that a few bad apples might mix into the my motley patrons. And therein lies the rub. A particularly rotten bunch was here not long ago. Oh. Sitting just over there, in fact, at the table Fongentine was at, and having a conversation most foul. I thank you all for coming here, so far from your respective homes. As this is the first time we have all gathered in one place, perhaps formal introductions are in order. I am... Welcome, welcome. What'll you be having? Could we have a moment, please? We are in the middle of something very important. Now then, where was I? Oh yes, I am Apyahi. If you are sitting here now, it is because I personally invited you to the Passage of the Unbound, my secretive, villainous order. Oh my god. No bad guy in their right mind actually thinks of themselves as the bad guy. So, oh. This, oh god, this is bad writing. I mean, granted, it's like probably like this by design, but cringe. The villainous order with anyway, my secretive villainous order with ambitions to sow discord throughout the world. Yawn. Huh? Villains do not often call themselves such. Well said, arrogant woman. Well said. Nor do secret orders have their meetings in places where all eyes can see. What do you know? Your snide remarks only ruin my carefully constructed atmosphere. If I had time to think of a suitable slogan, you would understand that words are everything. But I digress. I invited you all here for one reason, to throw the world into a mire of chaos and then watch its nations crumble. What else would we call ourselves if not villainous? My only interest is to punish all who dared to mock and belittle me. So long as I can achieve that, you can call me whatever you like. The rich, the powerful, the mighty, all shall be crushed under the weight of my ire. Oh my god, a grand design for a group of 6. Even if we managed to muster... Why is this person giving me Doman garb vibes? Taciturn man. A grand design for a group of 6. Even if we manage to muster others to our side, there's a limit to what we can accomplish. I regret to say you are right. At present we are bound and powerless. That is why, in order to raise our fists against our oppressors, we must find the strength to shatter our shackles. And in doing so, we shall become oh my goodness, this is so cheesy. We shall become unbound. Painting the azure skies black. As it rains. But sometimes skies become treacherous with clouds and even birds must rest. You speak of finding strength. Is that why we are here? To look for it? If so, then I pledge my aid. With newfound might at my beck and call, I shall win adoration known only by a hero. Your eagerness is heartening, and you are correct. The tools to make our goal a reality lay in Tural. Across this continent can be found certain artifacts which possess untold power. Mirthful one. Did you say artifacts? Oh, I sense an adventurous hunt for instruments of devious devilry ahead. Is this person's an old, probably from Olda, because this is a mammoth. My imagination is overflowing with images of new forms. My trickery, the new forms my trickery might take. I dare say the world is not ready. Yes, well, to get to the heart of the matter, the objects are held by the disparate tribes which make their homes in the Tural continent, where they have been passed down through generations as sacred treasures. Whatever stories these people have attached to their so-called treasures matters not. Each contain the essence of fearsome beasts called Tural Vigral. And with them, we've hunted one of those. Those can be nasty, but are not unkillable. And with them in our possession, none shall be able to stand against us. We shall take the objects for ourselves, bring them across the sea, and use them to undermine nations far and wide. The means by which you each choose to do so, I leave in your hands. I only ask that you do not disappoint. I take it there are no questions. Then let the passage of the unbound open unto the world. We begin at once. Wait, they didn't even order a thing? They didn't order a single thing. That's the long and short of it. What do you think? They might lack discretion, but they seem formidable nonetheless. They left without ordering anything? Villainous indeed. It's right there in their name. They're unbound by manners and respect and won't be welcome back here anytime soon. You, on the other hand, can stay as long as you like. Oh, that's nice of him. Of course, we had a duty to report what we heard to the Lands Guard. We did, but it didn't make a damn difference because soon we learned those unwelcome guests had teeth. Not long ago, one individual from a remote tribe came here seeking help recovering a stolen relic. Then another came with the same story, then another, and so on. By the time we realized the passage of the Unbound was a real threat, they had one and all made their way across the sea with their ill-gotten gains. Each tribe has sent one of their own to recover what was lost, but being in strange lands, they're at a disadvantage. That's why I've been looking for someone who knows every corner of Eorzea and beyond. Now I know you've business in Tural, or else you wouldn't be here in the first place, but if you could take the time to hear Ral Majun out, you'd be doing a service to many who could really use a helping hand. Outside of unlocking the Master Role quest and presumably unlocking die ability, is this going anywhere? Because this is... Ugh, this is so bad, I almost don't want to... I can at least complete this quest. Greetings, allow me to thank you personally for lending your assistance in this matter. We've been quite desperate for someone suitable. Greetings, Royal Majun. At the risk of becoming a daily nuisance, I must ask, have there been any developments you might share? A nuisance? Why perish the thought? You've come just in time. In fact, none other than the vaunted Myrokos has agreed to aid to the search. Okay. Finally, a fortunate turn. So long as our sacred treasures are in wicked hands, our homes shall know no peace. to say nothing of the danger they pose to other nations. If these thieves really do intend to stir up chaos across the seas, then you had better depart on the next ship. But before you do, it might be proper to introduce you to those who have come to Tuliyollal in search of aid. Lower Zenique, there comes from a village to the far north. A single warrior cannot hope to withstand the power of her tribe's relics, so she requires a stout protector. Someone that can be leaned upon when times are darkest. The heirloom that Nyipine must recover afflicts terrible maladies upon its victims. He seeks someone who commands great healing magics to counteract this effect. Raholja, sorry, that's the name of the person I'm speaking to. The search for Sheshepya's tribal treasure has been entrusted to a peerless hunter. He requires someone to act as a front-line fighter who can distract her target while her bow takes deadly aim. So that sounds like melee. And lastly, here is Suhei, who knows little about her people's ancient artifact, aside that it must not fall into the wrong hands. She seeks a mage of great power, but anything beyond that lies shrouded in mystery. Aren't you forgetting someone, Rahul? Your crisis is just as pressing, even if you won't say so yourself. Rahulja hails from further south than even Mamuk. I have no idea where Mamuk is, but okay. And has traveled many days and nights in search of someone who can strike down their prey from afar. It's the only way to escape the effect of his village's treasure. Did I get that right? Indeed, I do get so forgetful in my old age. Thank you, Royal Mission. 5 tribes, 5 stolen treasures, are all waiting for the aid of a brave soul. Hopefully that can be you, Myrokos. If this ties into the MSQ, sure, but it doesn't feel, this feels like side content. Of course, I'll share all I know on the matter. You need only ask. And I know that I will not hold it against you should you choose to assist only those for whom your talents are best suited. So long as you do what you can, the people of Tural and maybe even further will be in your debt. You have gained access to the world quest for Dawntrail. A separate questline and story is now available for tank, melee DPS, physical range DPS, magical range DPS, and healer roles. Speak with the people of Tural gathered in Adzabalche and assist them with recovering their stolen treasures. Welcome. How goes the search for the treasures? If there's anything you'd like to ask me about, I should be happy to help as I can. Let me know if this is something I should do. I feel like this is side content that doesn't really tie into the MSQ. I see you managed to find Fungentine. It feels ungrateful to leave so soon after Master Ropley granted me employment, but surely he'll understand. I do this for the future of Tuliyollal. Master Ropley, I'm sorry to have to tell you this, but Fungentine has agreed to sign the Pot Pact. Yes? While it is a shame to lose a capable goldsmith, to have one of our own handpicked to serve the third promise is a great honor for Wachu Meki Meki. I appreciate your understanding. Of course, if you happen to know other talented artisans, regardless of their expertise, I hope you send them my way. It could even be yourself if you're so inclined. I'll keep that in mind. Though my time here was brief, I will not forget your kindness, Master Ropley. I am blessed to have these workshops be my first home in Tuliyollal. Come back to us if the moblins cut you loose. You'll always have a job at Wachu Meki Meki. I expect you'll want to leave for Earthenshire as soon as possible. I'll go and pack my things. What became of Fungentine? Were you able to find him? We did, and he's agreed to become a potsworn. We'll leave when he's ready, but you still have a little time. Splendid. We shall meet you anon. I had plenty of reasons to win the contest, but now I have one more. Fungentine's putting his faith in me, and I won't let him down. You may now unlock deliveries for Wachu Meki Meki, speak to Ropley, and pursue new endeavors as you progress through the rite of succession. Oh, so like this is supposed to be level your crafters as you go, but that's a kind of a separate thing. A father first, Wilkamat needs to pay a visit to the palace. Yeah, I'm level 92. Right then, I have some things I need to take care of at the palace. Well, you can pass the time however you'd like. I suggest you head back to the cabins. After all, even heroes need to rest, and we still have a big journey ahead of us. I can use the Ethernet shard. Welcome back, sir. You've had a Landsguard messenger most anxiously awaiting your return. Myrokos of the Third Promise's entourage. I have been all over the city looking for you. I didn't do it. It wasn't me. The Dawn Servant summons you to the palace. You are to present yourself to the gate guard stationed outside Sunperch at your earliest convenience. Oh, and one more thing. You are not to mention this visit to Wuklamat. Summons, yeah. I basically just need... Ah. Hmm. A personal audience with the Dawn Servant. What could it be about? No, I don't know. Good question. Oh, duty. The Dawn Servant awaits you within. While I was not informed of the reason for your audience in terms of attire, I would suggest full battle regalia. This should be fine. We'll see how it goes.
Forgive me these sudden summons. When I learned my daughter's champion was back in the city, I couldn't resist the opportunity.
Oh, it's the trailer moment! I thought they gave that to Estinian, though.
And they call me head of resolve for good reason. Old as I am, I have not lost a battle worthy of the name since the day I took the throne. And I've been craving a proper challenge. The Lance wielder, Estinian, he fought well enough, but our bout was ended before a victor could be decided. Judging by the sailors' gossip, you are a warrior of renown in your homeland. Yet I wonder, with all your deeds done and victories won, are you warrior enough to stand against me?
Why don't we find out? So long as neither of us gets too carried away, I'm not interested in fighting you. Why don't we find out?
A spirited answer. Why not indeed? The battle rages upon me. I'll stop short of killing you, of course. But expect no other mercies. Come! Ready your arms and show me the truth of the tales.
Oh, yeah. So they put the entire trailer moment.
Give it your all! I want a fight to remember!
Whoa.
Let's test the waters. Can't even blink. I see you know the Viper style.
Oh!
Let's see how you handle this.
Oh, okay. That's that one. Oh, and that was not good on my part.
The spearman did not lie. Very well.
He actually acknowledges the... Okay.
Resolve and listen, kingdom. All right.
What is this? Ugh. Ah! Good heavens.
Did you think you had my measure? Take this! Still holding up? We're far from finished. No more holding back! Stay alert!
Okay, don't miss that. Uh-oh.
You fight well indeed.
Oh, 2, 3. Oh. Ooh, come on!
That will do. You've shown me more than enough.
Oh, but it got still so much more to go. Dang. Hi, Autumn. I know it's
I brought my full strength to bear against opponents before, but you are the first to withstand it. Even with my head of reason asleep, I never expected you to give me so much trouble. Estinian did not exaggerate. You are a force to be reckoned with. Now, a confession. I said I crave a challenge, and that was no lie. But I had another reason for calling you here. I had to judge for myself if you were fit to attend my beloved daughter. In some respects, she is much like me. Hot-headed and prone to rush into danger. But one with your talents could readily dispatch the threats that bar Lamachi's way. Will you hear my question and answer me plainly? Address me not as the ruler of Tuliyola, but a concerned father. Thank you. Then tell me, given your journey together thus far, what is your impression of Lamachi? Whether it be as their promise or just a companion on the road,
speak your mind.
Huh. She is young but has potential. She is not ready to rule. Young but has potential. She certainly has room for growth and has made some growth, but has a ways to go.
Ha! A tactful response, but agreed.
She is not ready for the throne.
Not yet. Lama Chi thinks she understands her many peoples, their histories, their cultures, their beliefs. But she knows only what she's seen in the capital. And it's not only her who concerns me. Even this early in the contest, you must have realized. As potential rulers, all 4 claimants are lacking. This is why I elected to hold the right of succession. Not to choose a fitting candidate, but to cultivate one. And if no one has impressed me by the end of it, then to no one will I yield my throne. As a parent, I pray that my children rise to the occasion. With outsiders dragged into my game, I am also hopeful that the different perspectives you and your companions have to offer will inspire them to grow. I imagine you in particular have traveled many lands, know many peoples and cultures, loved them and been loved in turn. Guide Lama Chi as you think best. Walk at her side and, when needed, push her to walk ahead.
I knew it. There I was, about to sit down for some of Namika's cooking, when I heard that Papa had sent for you. You were dueling behind my back, weren't you?
I see there is no point in denying it. You needn't worry, daughter.
I took care not to inflict lasting injuries. You and your ally may return to the contest without disadvantage.
No harm done.
I swear, just as I was learning newfound respect for my father. Let's take our leave of this battle-mad oaf before he calls on the rest of my entourage.
Watch over her, champion. Kona's recruits are no less sharp, as one might expect of Galof's countrymen. They saw the flaws in our claimants from the outset. The other two, though, they dismiss comrades willing to point out their shortcomings, and no good can come of it.
So he's concerned about Zeralja. Okay, and I need to get dinner for myself and my cat. That's why she came in here briefly, to get my attention. But let's finish this. If he had his way, Papa would keep dueling until the day he dies. Even now, I know of only 3 people who didn't need to be carried away after their bouts: Zoralja, your lance-wielding friend Destinian, and yourself. You really do live up to your fearsome reputation. I'm curious though, did Papa want anything else of you? A small favor, nothing more, just a sparring partner. Well, if that's all it was. Okay, and with that, I think I will call it quits for this part of the Let's Play. It is 3.5 hours, and I need dinner, and more importantly, my cat needs dinner. So if you liked what you saw at any point, please like, share, and subscribe on YouTube. Give me a follow on Twitch. Hit the notification bells, and I will see you anon, friends.